Hello, my people. I'm so excited today because I want to finally answer one big question. My name is Grace Opure, your real estate investment expert. I'm a real estate investment expert in case we have lawyers in the house. So if you're a lawyer, why don't you just tell us you're a lawyer? If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn off your notification and share this video. I love you because I can see that you are doing just that. C of O in landed property. What is C of O? How do I get C of O? Everything about C of O. So, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm going to just explain it from an investment angle. C of O means certificate of occupancy. It is a document that is given to people that own a piece of land. There are different ways to get a C of O. Let me talk about Lagos, since I'm very used to Lagos. The reason why I love Lagos is that even the title called C of O in Lagos is money because it is a good document. The way you get C of O in a place like Lagos is that the land must first of all be free from government acquisition, and which most of the lands in Lagos are not free. And the process of getting the C of O, you don't even want to think about it, is, I don't like to use the word scary, but it's a lot of you can read my lips and read my body language. And that is why lands that have C of O every year begins to appreciate, even when the land is in a thick forest or the land is in a serious water, as long as it has C of O. Why? Because it's a good document. So let's talk about how do you get it. It's a lot. It takes time. I beg, trying to get C of O in Lagos, even me with all my expertise, you can get C of O as a global C of O. What does it mean to be a global C of O? That means government has given C of O to an area. So that C of O carries the name of either maybe the villagers or a company, or so it can be given. So C of O can be actually large, which means a large portion of land is given a C of O. Another way to get a C of O is that maybe a company is getting certificate of ownership from government, and it's not a very large property, but some plots or acres, But sometimes getting C of O for one plot of land in Lagos, it's a lot of trouble to get C of O. So people don't really want to go through all that just for a plot of land. So you hardly see C of O for one plot of land. So it's always maybe a C of O for a company, a community, maybe somebody, but it's a large sum of land. And most times when these lands have C of O, you definitely know that it's for business, because somebody that has, let's assume, 1,500 plus of land cannot live there. So maybe they want to sell it in future, they bought it for land banking and they will sell it. Then when somebody comes to buy it, why am I answering this question? Because I see a lot of people, you buy one plot of land, two plot of land, and you say you want a C of O because you heard that the land has a C of O. Maybe a lawyer can prove me wrong. When a land already has a C of O, you cannot have another C of O on a C of O land. So let's assume this portion of land now has C of O, and you came to buy just this small portion. Government will not give you this C of O again and write Grace Ofure C of O for 600 square meter. No, because government has already given the portion from where you bought a C of O. What you should take and collect from the person you bought it from is a deed of assignment. A deed of assignment is a transfer of their ownership on that portion. And that is why a survey is important. But there are various kinds of survey. I'm not talking about survey. If you want to know the different types of survey, go back to my videos on YouTube, and I talked about survey. So that demarcation document, the survey, showing the total square meter you have, the original owner of the CFO needs to give you a deed of assignment, assigning that portion to you. That means you have a CFO, even when it's not in your name. So how will I explain? It's like you live in a house, in a room, and you are looking for the house to be the room. Am I making sense? So you're in a house. Inside the house, there is music, like this speaker. So you want the music. You want to own the music inside the room that the music is in. Maybe if you know how to explain it better, just help me. So you already have it. So when you take that document anywhere, they will trace the origin of the CFO. So if you already have a CFO, it means that your own small portion or your own big portion already has it. That deed of assignment should come from the original owner of the CFO. If the original owner of the CFO is not the one assigning to you, then the person that bought it from the original owner can assign when his own document has been registered. So what that means is that after you get that your portion, all you have to do is either you keep it like that or you go and register it. And that's why most times when those documents come, it comes with a form A. Like it's not a form C now, a form A, which you are expected to take to Lagos State. I'm talking about Lagos State. I don't know of other places. Even if I know, that's not what I'm talking about. You go and register it, and that is when you now have consent. So consent is the governor or the authority is saying that inside this CFO, we recognize that you own the 600 square meter, and which any lawyer can do for you. What the owner is, or whether you are buying from an estate, supposed to do for you is to give you a deed of assignment after you have made their demands. Because when it comes to having a deed of assignment from a developer or an estate, there are some demands that they want from you. So once you meet that demand, I'm talking about our case, and it's a land that we can give you a deed. When you get a deed with your survey, all you have to do, get your lawyer to put it in Alausa, to say that, then Alausa will stamp it and it says consent. That consent means that they recognize in the lands bureau, the lands registry, that inside this big CFO, you own 600 square meter. Sometimes you even buy from a land that already has consent. Let me explain that. It means that the whole CFO, the people that bought it, that means it's leaving first hand to second hand to third hand. And that's why you should buy early, because you might just get to the fifth hand. So it means that when this first buyer bought it, he went to register his own in Alausa. So he now has a consent. So he can also give you a deed. And you can also register. That I will find out. But that's showing that that person has left the CFO, not really left, that his own portion has moved to consent. And after consent, there is no other document that I know of. If there is another document, lawyers in the house, I don't mind. I'm learning every day. So everyone has been asking the question, so you know people, send this video to them. Once there's a CFO, there's already a CFO. What you should get is a deed. Best thing to do to your deed, register it in lands. And once you do that, you have a consent. And guess what? With a consent, any bank can value your land and give you a loan. I love you.